Aloha from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Hey, this is Danny, Brad's younger brother. Better looking, smarter. Anyway, there's a little story about when I was 14 years old and Brad was my baseball coach. One day we were driving down to Taco Time, grabbed some tacos. We were going to go up to the lake cabin that we had on Coeur d'Alene Lake. And on our way there, we drove by the baseball fields, and I said to myself and to Brad, that looks like our team out there, guy. And he's like, huh? And I go, isn't that our team out there playing right now? And he kind of goes, oh, yeah, that is our team. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I don't know, let's just keep going. Let's just go to the lake. We're already on our way. And I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. I don't care. We went 0-14. Go figure. Anyway, so much for baseball for the Brightsman family. Glad we had some other options. Anyway, happy Father's Day. Love you guys. And hope everybody's doing great. Aloha.
Brad Brightsman, Bill White. Hey, buddy. Happy Father's Day. Hey, hope you are enjoying your time in Arizona. Hey, you're a great guy, and memories. Thought I would remind you of the infamous Cookie King dance when you had to babysit me. I'll let you tell your family about that. All right, bud. Hope all's well. Bye.
Okay. Hi, Dad. Happy Father's Day. I have a message from one of the Halverson boys. So he sent it to me, and I'm just going to read it for you. Hi, Brady. I am Larry Halverson, one of the 4 Halverson brothers who wrestled and grew up with Brad. I heard you wanted stories about Brad for a Father's Day tribute. I have a couple stories that go back about 50 years. Brad's folks and siblings were like family. We traveled to wrestling matches together. Brad and I have the same birthday. I am 3 years older. I coached Brad in football when he was in 3rd grade. With this group of kids in about 3rd or 4th grade, Brad was the best player. He went on to win the Idaho Punt, Pass, and Kick football competition in Idaho a few years later. I'm the oldest of my brothers. After I got into wrestling, so did my brothers and also all the Brightsman brothers. 2 of my brothers, and Brad and Mitch, all won Idaho State Wrestling first place. Did you know Brad was valedictorian in his high school class? And he was a class officer and a basic stud. Back in the early 1970s, about 72 to 73, at a state wrestling tournament, Brad and I went to a car dealership in Pocatello, Idaho, and took a brand new Corvette for a 2-hour test drive when we were kings. I'm surprised the car dealership didn't come looking for us. After I got married in 1976, we bought the old Brightsman on Lynn Street in Moscow, where the Brightsmans lived when they first moved to Moscow. It was a very cool 1938 vintage house. About 1977, Brad just showed up at my door with a birthday card for me because our birthdays were on the same day, September 24th. Around 1980, I recruited Brad to Northwestern Mutual Life to sell life insurance, part-time as a student intern, and I was his mentor and supervisor. In 1987, I had to take a 10-day study course and test for my Series 7 securities and license, so I stayed with Brad at his house in Seattle, and he was a great host. We went to a bachelor party one night, went across the bay. Anyhow, there are a few stories about Brad. He is one of my all-time very best friends, and the Brightsmans are like family to me. And Bert and Joanne were like second parents to me. Hope this can help your Father's Day project. I would have met you at the Brightsman house in Moscow maybe 15 years ago. My best to you, Brady. Hope things are going well for you. That's from Larry Halverson. And also, this is to correct a few things that Larry Halverson said. When I went to Seattle for my 10-day security study course and test, I had so much fun with Brad that I didn't pass the test. I had to go back 2 months later and take it all over again. This time I stayed in a dumpy little hotel downtown Seattle, and I didn't see Brad until after I passed the test.
Hey Brad, it's Jen. Happy Father's Day. I was asked to send along a little video, so here we go. Quite honestly, my most fond memories, even with all the years of shenanigans and hanging out and what's nots, I would say all the talks in the office, just kind of day-to-day bullshitting, hearing your life stories, just getting simple advice on life, and just laughing in general. I mean, there's quite a bit I could go on about, but I think just those small little talks and those little blips in the day where it was just kind of a break from the bullshit and just kind of being. Those probably stick out to me the most. Your friendship, your genuineness, just you being who you are and who you've always been. You're a dear friend, and I miss you, and just keep on keeping on, guy. This sounds kind of cheap to say, maybe not cheap, but all my dads were absent, so I took our times together as I get to hang out with the dad I kind of wished would have been there for me. So anyway, you're the greatest, and I hope you know it, and thanks for just being one of the great humans on this planet, and for just being you. But have a great day. Love you. Miss you. Hope it's awesome. Bye.
Mike gave Brad the name Horsefly because he was so small and he bounced around like a little horsefly. All of us called Brad Horsefly. Has he never told you that? A couple of times when I visited him in Seattle, I called his law firm and I asked for Mr. Horsefly. Once I asked for Mr. Horsefly. My other nickname for Brad is Broadly.
Hey Brad, it's Diane. I'm calling you from Seattle, wishing you a happy Father's Day and telling you about how much I love you. And it's really been fun to think about all those years where we've done a lot of fun things, and many of those in Seattle, like the Sounders soccer, and sitting at this house looking out at the mountains and enjoying the nice weather, and just want to say I love you, and wishing you a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day, but especially remembering all those great things that you give to your daughters and to your family. You're a great guy. Love you. Bye.
Hello, Brad. Happy Father's Day. I thought I'd share a bit of Shakespeare with you today, specifically a section from Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 1, Scene 1, line 50, an exchange between Theseus and Hermia. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Anyway, I hope you are well today, and I just wanted to remind you that it's not only a privilege having you in our family, but you continue to make a real difference in all of our lives every day. Happy Father's Day.
Hey Dad, these two stories are from Pat Halverson. So here they are. I guess one time when you guys were wrestling together at the end of your Hell Week on a Friday, you'd had a hard week, so you both decided, let's go get drunk. I hate this. So you went to the university parking lot, got incredibly wasted, and then a cop happened to come by and catch you, and you were so wasted you couldn't even talk to him. And according to Pat, back in those days, cops would usually, if they caught you drunk, just be like, go home, stay safe, whatever. And apparently Halverson and Brightsman were a pretty easily recognized name in your town. So after you told them that you were just working out problems from wrestling, you were told to go home, and you told your parents that you were going to a turkey trot, but your parents were so pissed because you could have gotten kicked off the wrestling team. And then another story that he had was when wrestling, he said that Dad said this one might be a little gross. In wrestling, he said he was a little bit bulimic, so he could kind of throw up on command. So he'd go to restaurants, stuff himself, and sometimes he would fill up the cigarette holders or some sort of thing that you could buy cigarettes from. He said Brad and I would watch men reach in for a cigarette without looking and yell with disgust as they came in contact with the vomit. Brad would always be egging me on to do it. He wasn't so polished back then. So hopefully these are a couple of memories that you're gonna have to explain a little bit what some of them mean. So happy Father's Day. Bye.
Hi Dad, happy Father's Day. A really great memory I have with you is always going to hit golf balls, and even though Demetrius ended up throwing his club in the middle of the field, you kept your cool and you helped him get it back. So just thank you for being a great dad.
Hey Dad, happy Father's Day. A really good memory that I want to talk about is all of our movie mania that we would watch, like X-Men and Godzilla and King Kong. I just loved all of those experiences that turned it from more than just watching a movie to like a memory. And I really think that played into doing film now. And I just want to say thank you for always supporting me in that. And now I can live in Nashville and be a movie producer. So,
Hi Dad. I just wanted to say, thank you so much for everything that you've done for me over the years. I would literally not be about to start, moving to a new city, having this amazing job without all the, both emotional support in every other way and, everything else that you've done. Thank you. Love you.
happy Father's Day!